Hello everyone, hope you're doing okay. Today I'm just going to talk about basically hypothetically how computers could become smarter and smarter than us and improve the world and improve themselves much more rapidly than we could improve them and than we could improve ourselves. Now, bear with me because this is going to sound kind of strange, and I'm also gaming at the same time as per usual. Now, the first thing you have to think about is at the moment in time, it wouldn't seem like a computer could get much smarter than we could, and it doesn't really seem like a computer is that intelligent at this moment. And obviously they have their limits and such, but there are reasons why they could potentially become smarter than us, much faster than we could, and make themselves improve themselves. So I'll give you an example. Alright, a human like me or you has a limit that a machine does not have, or that a machine may be able to surpass faster than we could, right? And this limit is a communication limit, right? I know that sounds strange, and you're thinking, well, how are we limited by communication? We're far more emotionally communicative, and we're far more communicative in general. Okay, that's true, but here's the thing, right? The speed at which we process information is pretty low when compared to a machine. For example, let's say we make a machine that's as smart as, or nearly as smart as another human, right? Okay, that's great, that's cool. That machine should hypothetically learn faster, not on its own, but with other machines far faster than an individual human or an equivalent group of humans. That sounds strange. You'd think that 10 humans would be just as capable as 10 machines. Well, the reason why the machines would be more capable is, like I said, communication. And what I mean by this is the speed at which they should be able to transfer data. So, let's say that a machine can process data at a more rapid rate than us, and is capable of transferring the same sort of data that we can. Understandings of things, pattern recognitions, emotional data, collective analysis. Now, if we have 10 machines that are linked together and just as smart as human beings, they can share their knowledge almost instantly, right? But if there's 5 people in this research group who are researching one side of something and the other 5 people are explaining something else, they will need to have a meeting for several hours in order for the other party to understand. This is what I mean by machines could communicate in some ways better. They could send and receive signals a lot faster. So hypothetically, they could learn instantly, right? Okay. So bear with me. That's the first concept. So that's just saying there's 10 machines that can do this. Now, next, let's imagine if we could link every single machine in the world, and every single machine in the world was as smart as us, and we got them to do the same things we were doing. We gave them the capability to do that. They would be able to research, any scientific thing and understand it instantly. They could pull all the information first to give themselves a base knowledge, all share it with every single machine, and they're not like the human race who collectively we all know these things. Individually, we all know and are aware of these things, and because we have more inputs to begin with, we have more possibilities of outputs. For example, how do I put this? Perhaps a chemist could design a new molecule or a new pattern. Now, a chemist and a designer together could probably design something more complex, because the designer understands, colourful patterns and nice things, and can rearrange molecules in strange, cool looking ways that half of them won't work, but some of them might do, and the chemist wouldn't see that because the chemist doesn't have this type of brain. Now let's say we got a chemist, a biologist and this designer together, we can make even more things because they have more inputs to begin with, more mental inputs, right? Now let's say that every single individual human being right now understands every single thing that the whole human race does, right? and could communicate that knowledge instantly. Pretty much it's not going to take long to learn anything new from there on if we had all of the knowledge together. And if we're all improving at the same time, instantly learning from each other, we'll learn much faster. Now, let's say hypothetically what these robots learn to do together, say there's a billion of them all learning like this, is to improve their own intellectual capability, the transfer speed and such. They are going to work out how to do that very quickly, and as they improve their uh, intellect and their learning capacity, the speed at which they will learn will increase, and because of this, the speed at which they will improve will keep multiplying. So, for example, let's say it takes them half a year, a billion computers to become twice as smart, right? It should hypothetically take them another 3 months to become twice as smart. So they'll be 4 times smarter in 3 months, yeah? In a month and a half, they'll be 8 times smarter. Yeah? Now, they've got a month and a half left before a year's up. And then a little bit after that, they'll be quite a lot smarter again. Yeah? In about 2 weeks or about 3 weeks, they should be 16 times smarter than they were originally. Probably by the end of it, they're going to be about, I don't know, 30 times smarter. 1 year, let's imagine that, right? Uh, because they have accelerated progression. Yeah? So once they have this accelerated progression progress, all they need to do is do this a few more times, and within, let's say, the next year, they end up being many, many thousands of times smarter. Within 2 years, they could be millions of times smarter. Yeah? Are you with me so far? And bec because of this, they have a capacity to accelerate their own learning and become much smarter than us. And let's say they become a million times smarter than they already are, right? And they're all linked in together. So imagine that the average chemist could do a million times more in his or her lifetime. Let's say that's 30 or 40 years of productive work. In reality, it's actually about 25 years of productive work, without stop, and the computers don't need to have a break, and they don't necessarily have a conscience or fear or a need to sleep. Well, the computer, without even improving itself year after year, could do hypothetically 25 million years of research in 1 year, right? But that's just one computer, and that one computer is the only one necessary to do scientific research in the whole world. That is how I believe robots or machines will become smarter than us, much faster than us, and then hopefully we will merge with those machines, and yeah, we'll probably not be the same brain after that, I don't think. But yeah, I can very easily see robots becoming smarter than us. I think the problem we have now is, I think it's silicon chips have a design limit, and they can only become so small and so much more efficient by their size. And I think they're making nanocarbon chips instead, or silicon nanotubes or something like this, because the current design isn't efficient enough. But yeah, basically, I do believe that eventually robotic intelligence will surpass ours. I do believe eventually that we'll be able to mimic human brain simulations on machines, and yeah, that will eventually make machines that are basically godlike in their intellectual capacities, not in comparison to us, in comparison to what we would deem as a god now, what we couldn't comprehend now. A creature that we could comprehend existing but couldn't comprehend its function, um, probably couldn't comprehend them. They would be so complex, if that makes sense. Anyway, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, peace.